The Rebecca Agroh Memorial Foundation, also known as the RAM Foundation, was established by Dr. Ken Kwaku, a grateful son, in honor of his beloved late mother, Madam Rebecca Agroh. During her lifetime, Madam Rebecca Agroh was a consummate community development professional who rendered selfless service to humanity, both locally and abroad. And as such, it is not surprising that his son chose to honor her with a foundation as a continuation of her legacy of service to mankind. As a women-focused NGO, the foundation seeks to become the leading voice for women development through advocacy, skills training, research, capacity building, livelihood support, and resource mobilization for social change. Dr. Ken Kwaku, the founder of the foundation, shares his motivation for setting it up.
The core element of the foundation's mission is to be a caring foundation. A caring foundation focused on empowering women, primarily rural women. And this is what my mother devoted her last 40, 50 odd years to. My mother was and remains the most important influence in my life. As a single mother, I experienced incredible love that a mother can give. Coming from a large family in Have in Bagbo, I also saw how my mother was a unifier in a diverse family, bringing cousins, second cousins, and everybody that was into community into one context. To my mother, the much that I can remember, the relationship was communal, not based on bloodlines. So my mother thought everybody from Bagbo was a relative and has to be treated as such. Everybody from Have is a relative and had to be treated like that. So that sense of community was something that I learned. By training and profession, it is also important to remember that I was born when my mother was a nurse. Then she became a teacher. And in the last nearly 40 years of her life, she was a social worker. These three professions are other people oriented. You're only a good nurse if your patient gets well. You're only a good teacher if your student is better than you. And thirdly, you are only a good social worker if you've gotten people to be acting and behaving in a socially acceptable manner. That was another influence on me. My mother, when she was at the Department of Mass Education and Community Development, I saw the value that she placed on education. Not just book education, but literacy education. In those days, when I was growing up in the early 50s, my mother traveled virtually every region, teaching rural women not just literacy skills, but also economic skills, income generating skills, how women could make marmalade out of orange peels, how they could do tie and dye, how they could do preservatives that would make them not waste their produce and be able to take these to market. So her concern about the rural woman was something that touched me a lot. My mother was just an incredible lover of persons. So with all of this background, I didn't think that, and many more that I wouldn't be able to, there was no reason why I wouldn't want her memory to be institutionalized.
Although the foundation had been in existence since 2010 and undertaking several projects, it was only in the year 2017 that it became legally constituted as an NGO under the laws of the Republic of Ghana, with Mr. Hadi Agroh as its first executive director.
My name is Hadi Agroh. I am the former executive director of the RAM Foundation. I came into the foundation in 2015 when I joined the Kwaku group as personal assistant to Dr. Ken Kwaku. The secret here is that once you are with Dr. Ken Kwaku, it is very hard to escape anything to do with the mother and her works. And I had worked in the NGO sector before, and so once there was an NGO, a non-governmental organization, especially committed to women development, it was a natural entry for me. The foundation had done a lot of work before I came to join through the instrumentality of Hope, and Dr. Kwaku had established an ICT center at the whole Vocational Institute to add some bit of digital experience to the learning and skills training that was going on at the institute. They had also done some work at Giavi in the primary school there. Some of the things that we did after I joined, or after I became executive director, were first of all to try to add a bit of research into the work that the foundation was doing. So we commissioned the research into the experiences of young hawkers, female hawkers on the streets of Accra. Those you see selling sachet water, drinks and other stuff. So we did a research, and we collected data, analyzed the data, and published the research. It was very insightful because we were able to learn a lot of things about what experiences that they have on the street and how they are able to cope with some of the things that happen on the streets. This is important because you cannot pretend to be working with people or for people if you do not understand them. And I think the research really helped in shedding some light on certain aspects that we previously only assumed. We established the Rebecca Agroh House. Upon visiting Tamale Vocational Institute, we realized that the girls' dormitory there was in a terrible state, and a decision was made to renovate the place and put it in good shape. So we took it upon ourselves as a foundation, and through funding from Dr. Ken Kwaku, we were able to do that and then name the dormitory Rebecca Agroh House. A number of other issues came up that we had to deal with, in terms of supporting the fees of some female children in school and all of that. One thing I can say is that the foundation has a lot of potential, and there's so much that can be done that if we continue to put in our best, and if we continue to stay the course and to be guided by the vision, we can achieve a lot. And I am sure that even if we achieve half of what this foundation has set out to do, I am pretty sure that Davi Rebecca Agroh will be smiling at us from wherever she is.
Since its inception, the Rebecca Agroh Memorial Foundation has done a lot, especially in alleviating the plight of young ladies in Ghana, with key focus on skills training, educational support, and more recently, menstrual hygiene education and orphan care. Fatima and Stella are some of the beneficiaries of the foundation's support in skills training. Fatima, a barmaid at the Discovery Hotel in Tamale, is now a fashion designer and a shop owner thanks to the RAM Foundation. And Stella, an apprentice, is hoping to achieve her dream of becoming a dressmaker just like her mother.
My name is Fatima Al-Hassan and I'm from Tamale. I had a dream since childhood to learn sewing, but I was not able to afford it. until the foundation sponsored me to go to school and learn how to sew. Now I have my own shop located in Sunayeli.
In 2018, the foundation, in its attempt to immortalize Madam Rebecca Agroh and to promote the learning of the Kiswahili language, decided to establish an academic prize at the University of Ghana, Madam Agroh's alma mater. Being Ghana's honorary consul general in Tanzania and having the genuine interest of seeing the Kiswahili language become an African lingua franca, the foundation, through its founder and sponsor for the award, Dr. Ken Kwaku, established a $1,500 award in the name of Madam Rebecca Agroh.
The Rebecca Agroh Memorial Prize was established in 2017, and already 2 best graduating students in Swahili have received the prize. The award, being the first of its kind, has indeed motivated our students to learn more and aim at receiving the prize. So it has really gone a long way to serve as a motivation for our students of Kiswahili.
In its relatively short existence, the Rebecca Agroh Memorial Foundation has made considerable contributions to the development of young ladies in Ghana, and its achievements are commendable. However, much more needs to be done. Well, so far so good, though we've had a few challenges, especially financial. Over the years, Dr. Kwaku himself has funded most of our projects, but in more recent times, we've had his son, Kevin, and the wife also supporting us. We've also had a few of Dr. Kwaku's friends, Abdul Vakil in Portugal, and Dr. Ramadani Dao, Tanzania's High Commissioner in Malaysia. So in the past, most of our activities have been charity-oriented, but now we are trying to move away from that focus to a more projectized approach or model, with specific focus on menstrual health education and support for orphanages. So far, we have relationships with the Tamale Orphanage and the Kibaha Children's Village in Tanzania. And at the same time, we are building a new relationship with an orphanage in the Hohoi area called the Ujimot Foundation. With regards to the menstrual health education program, we have so far educated about 1,000 girls on how to keep good menstrual hygiene. Well, we are hoping that we would be able to, through our projects, make as much impact as possible in order to entrench our name in the country and across Africa. With menstruation becoming an issue of global public health concern, the Rebecca Agroh Memorial Foundation has since May 2018 shifted its focus to menstrual health education. Following the success of its menstrual hygiene events in 2017 and 2018, the foundation has from then made menstrual hygiene education a monthly ritual, with over 1,000 girls educated, 30,000 plus sanitary pads distributed, and still counting.
The journey has been smooth. I think they are structured. It's a structured organization, so working with them is not a problem at all. And they always form and proper in whatever they do. The collaboration between ourselves and RAM Foundation has been one of the best for us, because we've seen ourselves in the limelight since we started partnering with them and going out into the communities to help with this educational tour on menstrual health. The menstrual hygiene campaign, I would say, has impacted a lot of lives, and I think the ladies who have been impacted will be the best to talk about it. It's brought us to understand and also to imbibe what girls who are in school go through when they are in their menses, and those who don't really know about menstrual hygiene, the effects of religion and also effects of educational facilities on these children. And I think testimonies from these girls will tell you that this has really impacted their lives and their communities. I see menstrual hygiene campaign taking strides all over Africa with Ram Foundation. It started in Accra, people have started calling, and it's currently in Accra in the Muslim schools, and other schools have started calling for it. I see menstrual hygiene tour as a tour that will take up West Africa soon, since it's a way to promote good menstrual hygiene to our ladies and also even to the adults, because we've also realized that some of the adults who don't know about this menstrual hygiene we're talking about. I also think that it would be the best time for the government to also come in and also bring sponsorship for the program.
Mr. Isaka Mubarak Shaibu is the regional manager of the Islamic Education Unit, one of the foundation's partner institutions for the implementation of the menstrual hygiene education program, and he has this to say.
My name is Isaka Mubarak Shaibu, regional manager of the Islamic Education Unit in Greater Accra region. The menstrual hygiene education has been very beneficial to our schools, especially our girls. This is because with the community in which we find ourselves, that's the Muslim community, sometimes it's very difficult to talk about these things. With this menstrual hygiene education, we believe that it has impacted positively on our girls. Not only that, we also believe that it has had some rippling effects in the community, because these girls will go back home. They have got siblings at home who are coming up, and they will also benefit from this because their sisters from the schools will also educate them on menstrual hygiene as they grow. We envisage that the program, sometimes we say that the beginning of weeping is difficult, and we also believe that these girls will send this message to their communities, their parents, their siblings, and other things. So with time, people will listen, and then a lot of people will take menstrual hygiene very seriously. Parents will also start teaching their children, and then the girls, once they are educated to a very high level, it will become a team practice in the community, so that it will not be a taboo topic anymore. So far, I think we have got 5 schools. We think that it has covered more than 1,000 girls.
The foundation has also established relationships with 3 orphanages, one in Tamale, another in Ohoi area, and then the Kibaha Children's Village in Tanzania. The foundation offers support from time to time for the upkeep of the children in these orphanages. With its new focus on menstrual health education and orphan care in mind, the foundation is hoping to make much greater impact one community at a time.
What I have for the foundation is that I pray for the foundation to achieve its aim, and I'm praying for everybody working for the foundation to achieve its aim. May God strengthen everyone and those who need the foundation services but have not been able to benefit from it like me. I pray that God makes it possible for them to also benefit from the foundation services.
I would like to extend my own appreciation to the foundation and Dr. Kwaku for not hesitating to agree to establish the prize when they were approached. We say we are very grateful to them. Long live the foundation. Long live Dr. Ken.